Hello, my name is Kirk Key, and this is a video presentation on some findings from a project with Sebastian Valenzuela and Namsu Park at the University of Texas at Austin. We launched an online survey at 3 public universities in Texas in November of 2007. We have to date a combined data set of more than 5,800 responses. Since data collection is ongoing, we are looking at reaching the 6,000 mark very soon. In this presentation, we would like to report some findings from our early analysis, and especially data collected from 2 public universities based on a random sample. In this project, we put together an online survey based on assisting and validated scales, including Allison et al.'s 2007 Intensity of Facebook Use Scale, Ballot and Siebel's 2003 Experience of Time Scale to measure pace in life, scarcity of time, as well as present and future time orientations. Diner et al.'s 1985 Satisfaction with Life Scale, Rosenberg's 1956 Faith in People Scale to measure social trust, and Endolina et al.'s 2003 Index of Civic and Political Engagement. We adapted the widely cited Allison et al.'s 2007 scale to create a new scale of intensity of Facebook groups used for our study, because we were specifically interested in measuring the use of Facebook groups feature as well. This new scale was validated with Cronbach's alpha of 0.82. Furthermore, principal component factor analysis with Vermex rotation reviewed 4 social psychological needs for using Facebook groups. They are socializing, entertainment, self-status-seeking, and information-seeking. We have quite a bit of information and findings from our data, but I'm going to focus in this discussion for the video primarily on the relationship between Facebook use and civic engagement. Just a little bit of background information here for civic engagement, using 3 response choices. A is for no and never, B is for yes but not within the last 12 months, and C is for yes and within the last 12 months. Respondents were asked whether they had 1. Worked or volunteered in a community project, 2. Worked or volunteered for non-political groups such as a hobby club, environmental group, or minority student association, and 3. Raised money for charity or ran, walked, biked for charity. In the civic engagement model, we found the following. First, offline civic engagement is positively correlated with social trust and life satisfaction. Furthermore, social trust and life satisfaction are positively associated with intensity of Facebook use. In addition, intensity of Facebook use is positively linked to fast pace in life as well as present and future time orientations. Surprisingly, scarcity of time appears not to be associated with intensity of Facebook use at all. Contrary to common assumption that young adults with abundance of time will be more likely to use Facebook with a great intensity, we found no relationship between scarcity or abundance of time with intensity of Facebook use. Interesting, right? Anyway, let's pause and interpret the findings a bit before we go on. Our analysis appears to suggest that young adults will live a fast-paced life in general, who pay attention to present and unfolding events in front of them, and who think about future and upcoming activities are more likely to use Facebook with a high intensity. The more intense they use Facebook, the more likely they also have a high degree of social trust and life satisfaction. For this group of trusting and satisfied people with life who are also Facebook users, they tend to participate in offline civic engagement. So that's our first path in the civic engagement model, looking at the general Facebook use. Let's continue and see what else we found to be associated with offline civic engagement. Hierarchical regression analysis was conducted to determine gratifications to predict civic engagement. Information need or information seeking positively and significantly predicts Facebook groups users' civic participation after controlling for demographics, life satisfaction, and social trust. Respondents who use Facebook groups to learn about on or off campus events are more likely to actively engage in civic actions taking place around them. In our data, we also found that female students and students from out of state were more likely to use Facebook groups to obtain information regarding on and off campus events. Information seekers on Facebook groups also tend to participate in offline civic engagement. And of course, young adults who already joined Facebook groups related to civic matters are more likely to participate in offline civic activities as well. Our data also suggests that young adults who live a fast-paced life, who think about future and upcoming events, are more likely to use Facebook groups feature specifically. In our second path of civic engagement model, female and out-of-state students are more likely to use Facebook groups to seek information about on and off-campus events. Young adults who lead a fast-paced life, who hold a future time orientation, and who have joined civic-related online groups, along with the need for information seeking, are positively related to offline civic engagement via their active participation and intense use of Facebook groups. So, what are some implications from our findings here? First, Facebook is not necessarily a social network site for young adults who have too much time in their hands to kill. In fact, our data shows that scarcity or abundance of time is not related, but fast-paced in life is positively related to intensity of Facebook use. In other words, people on the run all the time tend to use Facebook more intensely than their more leisure and relaxed counterparts. Second, Facebook is not an online platform for young adults who are socially isolated or psychologically depressed, who don't interact with people face-to-face in life. In fact, a high degree of Facebook use appears to be positively correlated with social trust and life satisfaction, which are also linked to offline civic engagement. Third, the specific feature of Facebook groups has become a source of information for on-campus and off-campus events that appear to serve female and out-of-state students. Their information use of Facebook groups also appear to be associated with offline civic engagement. So overall, our findings appear to counter the assumption held by many so-called cyber pessimists who subscribe to the time displacement hypothesis, which states that the more time you spend online or with other forms of media, the less active you will become in the meaningful civic society. While we're not saying that Facebook use only leads to positive outcomes, we show that intense use of Facebook and Facebook groups feature appears to be associated with quite a few positive experiences that American society tends to celebrate, including participating in offline civic engagement and arguably living a fast-paced life as well. Alright, that's all we have to share in this video. If you have any questions or comments, please feel free to contact any of us, and you can reach me directly at kerk.kee@gmail.com. Thank you very much for your attention.